So I just finished working for the day, and so I'm gonna make this video real quick. Today we're gonna be talking about IRAs, the different types of IRAs and a few of other things that go along with that. So come on, let's go. Hey, what's going on, people? My name is KelechIwuaba. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy anything that we talk around here, hit that like button as well. So like I said, we're gonna be talking about IRAs, and to just start it off, let's just start down with a simple definition of what exactly is an IRA. Well, an IRA is something called an individual retirement account. Now, don't get that confused with the Irish Republic Army, I think it's called, because I made a video about this on TikTok and people kept on saying or referencing that they thought I meant the IRA, which is the Irish Republic Party or something. I don't know what that is. Very different thing. We're talking about retirement accounts in this video. The IRA was something created by the government, and when I mean government, I'm talking more about the US government. I'm sorry to everybody else who lives elsewhere. I don't really know much about any other country because I live in the United States. And so it was created by the governments to help and incentivize people to actually save up for their retirement, because they didn't want people to keep being a burden on the US government. The way that the government was able to incentivize this and create this is basically to create this IRA accounts that basically make it tax-free for you to save your money, tax deferred for all capital gains that you have on the account. Unlike, let's say, a Robinhood account, which I do have a Robinhood account as well, unlike a Robinhood account where every single gain that you make on that account will be taxed at some point by the government if you withdraw that money. But with an IRA, that money will not be taxed by the government at all, because that is the whole point of the IRA. Now that we all have a baseline understanding of what an IRA is, the next thing to understand is there are three different types of IRAs. So the first type of IRA account there is something called a traditional individual retirement account. And in this account is basically pre-tax dollars that you get to put in there. Now, for most of us out here, we're not gonna be able to access this account. The main reason is, in order for you to be able to contribute into this account, you have to talk to your employer about taking money from pre-tax dollars and contributing it into that account. And if your employer doesn't have an IRA set up, you won't be able to do this. Second type that everybody needs to know about is called a Roth IRA. Now, this is the one that you and I will be able to open up at any point in time and anytime we want to open it up. Basically, we will be contributing dollars that we actually get from our paycheck, so our net income that we actually get, we'll be able to take some money out of that and put into the IRA account. This is the one that I advise that most people invest in. Finally, the third type of IRA account that there is something called a SEP IRA. And basically, this is also called the self-employed IRA plan. And basically, just like the name says, it's for all those who are self-employed, who own their own businesses and work for themselves, or if you're a freelancer or you work in the gig economy. So my Uber drivers, my Lyft drivers, my Door Dashers, all of those kind of people, or anybody who's an artist and does work for freelance, basically this is the one you want to open up. And now the reason why this one is different from all the other ones is because of the contribution limits that it has on it. And speaking of which, let's talk about that. So now, speaking of contribution limits, traditional and Roth IRAs are basically the same thing except for that tax exemption that we talked about earlier. And the main thing to know about these is the contribution limits for them is $6,000. That is $6,000 that you can put into this account every single year, because with everything that the government creates, they can't just let you do it unlimitedly. They have to put a limit on it because they want you to put some more dollars into the economy so the economy can keep growing. That's why they put a limit on it. Except for the SEP account, the contribution limit is actually 25% of your income or $57,000, whichever one is lower, because they don't want you putting too much money. Like I said, they want you to invest that money back into the economy. If you're a business owner or anything like that, they would rather you invest that money back into the economy than you to save it for retirement. So that's the big difference you have to think about when it comes to SEP versus the other two types, traditional and Roth. That's basically it. This is an intro level to everything you need to know about an IRA and before you open an IRA. We'll talk more about things you need to invest in within that IRA and those kind of things later on, and some of the things you have to watch out for when you open an IRA. But however, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all learned one, maybe two things out of this entire thing. And remember, when we talk about an IRA, I convince and I believe that every single person should open an IRA account before you even open any account like Robinhood. However, If you do want to open up a Robinhood account, there's a link down in the description where you can get 1 free stocks. And also, if you want to open up a Rebull account, there's a link down there in the description where you can get 2 free stocks, one when you open the account and one when you deposit $100, and you can get a second one that can be up to $1,400. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all learned 1, maybe 2 things out of this entire thing. God bless each and every single one of y'all. And if you enjoyed this, hit that subscribe button. If you liked it, hit that like button. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless y'all. Peace.